Yes, hope you're well. So another video, what I want to talk about here today is, are you training for sensation or are you training for progress? And what I mean by that is, are you going into the gym session actually looking to progress? And I don't just mean escalating weight. That isn't the only form of progress. A few metrics we look at when we look at in terms of progress is one, obviously, weight, because load obviously plays a part in driving muscle tissue. But we also look at form. Has your form improved this set? So if your weight hasn't increased, has your form got better? Is this set more acute? Is it more accurate? Are we hitting the target muscle better? So obviously we look at weight as one metric. Then we look at sort of form and the way we're conducting that movement. And then thirdly, we look at tempo. Because what I say to people, like, yes, your body needs progressive overload, which is obviously weight. That's the biggest driver of muscle tissue. You know, I always say to people, a bigger muscle is typically a stronger muscle. But at the same time, your body doesn't know that's 100 kilos. What your body recognizes, the tension of the weight you're moving is hard. So if we slow that down with a negative, it's then going to cause that effect, which is hard, if that makes sense. And that's going to help with mechanical tension and help drive muscle tissue onto our physique. So we want to sort of look at load, we want to look at tempo, we want to look at, the way we're performing sets. And obviously moving back onto the topic of this video is, are we training for progress or sensation? I had a client say to me, hey Jace, I had a great session, but I've not got DOMs. And to me, delayed onset muscle soreness is a great factor to say we've had a good session, but it's not always the case that we're going to have serious DOMs when nutrition's in a good spot, sleep's in a good spot. The biggest driver which I look for, I don't gauge my sessions, I've got DOMs, that must have been a good session. I look at my logbook and I say, am I stronger this week than I was last week? Because to me, that is the metric which I'm using to track my progress. Have I escalated that load by 1.25 kilos? Yep, all right, sweet. Well, that's a better session to me. So we want to sort of look at, are we training for sensation or progress? And I also talk about this. I had a convo with a client today, which I trained with. He said to me, Jay, so after my big compound, I sort of flag out and it just becomes a tick box exercise. And to me, that's training just to feel good after the big compound. We are training for progress. So every exercise we do, it's not a tick box exercise. We are chasing progress. So just because you've done your heavy bench, heavy squats, it doesn't mean the pec deck is treated with any less affection, let's say, then your flat bench. Get excited about progressing every single movement, because we're here to train. We're not here to just go in and train for the sensation and feel good. We're here to progress. We're here for physique development, and that comes with week on week trying to progress. Whether that's load, whether that's form, whether that's shortening your rest time, whether that's just making the overall session better, this is what we're here for. So we're here to train for progress, not sensation. This isn't a tick box exercise for us. And I'll be honest with you, sometimes training for progress is fucking hard. And you don't want to do it. Some days I go in the gym and I'm like, got to get that pendulum squat today, 6 plates. I'm really not up for it. That is not fun. What I would rather do is leg press. Leg extension, 4 sets, 20 reps. The sensation, blood intramuscular, it feels amazing. But I'm here for progress rather than sensation. So always ask yourself, am I going into this session today to tick a box and feel good? Or am I going to really push the barrier and progress my lifts across the board? And like I said the other day, if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. And I would rather you overshoot than scale back than not do anything at all, if that makes sense. So remember, are you here to train for sensation or are you here to train for progress? And sometimes training for progress it's a hard session. And sometimes training for the pump and sensation it's an easier session, but we're here to train for progress, whether that's in your drop sets, your back off sets, your muscle, your intensity amplifier sets. We're here to progress everything across the board. It's not just do your 2 big compounds and the rest of the session is just let's just get through it. Every set, every rep, we have to try and progress. So like I said, are you training for sensation or are you training for progress? We are training for progress, and sometimes that is scary, but the rewards after doing a big, heavy, grueling set and beating your logbook is priceless.